Hey, Matt and Lauren, it's Jesse. Wanted to make this video for the home style renovation refinance. So it's a little different than our normal rate term, or we were looking at a cash out refinance, excuse me, earlier. A little bit of differences, so I did want to make this quick video. The estimate will look fairly similar, but I'll note the key differences. If you do hear some background noise, please excuse me. I've got some work being done on the home. We had a bathtub crack, so it's getting replaced. But when you open the spreadsheet, again, we've got two basic options for you. The FW1 is our high cost, low rate option, and FW2 is our higher rate, lower cost option. So let's walk through FW1. Again, this is going to look pretty similar. I'm just guessing at the appraised value here of $650. What we do is we send an appraiser out with the plans and specs and budget and everything, listing materials to be used, and they'll come back and give us an estimated appraised value based on the renovation. Right here, I'm just assuming, hey, we've already had, a $400,000+ house. We're throwing $275 into it, and so I do expect us to get a good percentage of that back in equity. The loan amount, so as of 2021, the new maximum loan amount is now $548,250, so we can go up to that amount and still be in conventional conforming. For this option, I'm going to offer you a 2.625% rate with a 1% origination charge. Again, this is very preliminary, guys. We would adjust the loan amount accordingly, and we can talk about why that might change. So down here under loan costs, we have inspection fees here. We got the origination that's associated with the rate. We got the inspection fees. So throughout the process, as your contractor wants to be paid, he calls out a draw, and we send an inspector just to confirm work has been done, and then we pay him out. At the end, we do update the title. We have a construction team that kind of handles everything after the loan has closed. We would need to do an initial approval of your builder. That takes about 2 weeks. So if you picked out a builder and you're kind of wanting to go, we should go ahead and get that part of the process started. So we have, again, the construction team. The contractors will deal with them as far as the draws and everything and sending inspectors out. And then the bank's flat $90.95 administration fee associated with processing the loan. Box B are third parties we're going to pay out throughout the process, including the credit report, your taxes, appraisal, and then we actually have a final inspection once everything's done. And flood cert there. Estimated attorney's fees, we can use whatever attorney you'd like, or I can recommend a couple. But these are just estimates based on the scenario above. Government state fees are standard fees, again, based on the scenario above. We would nail all this down. And we have our estimated closing date. As discussed with your other refinance, we have a closing date, and since this is your primary residence, we then have a 3-day right to rescission, and we have a funding date. So we fund after that. So basically, if you guys are ready to move forward, we could get rolling, try and close you at the end of February so you could start in early March. Again, we can be on your timeline though. And this is a new escrow account if you'd like to have it. It's just the initial deposit into that escrow account. You'll get your current escrow balance back in its check within 30 days of closing. And then the per diem interest is just based on your funding date. So what we're really paying attention to is with that loan amount and interest rate, you're looking at about $2,062 and change. Principal and interest. I pulled the hazard insurance and property taxes from your old file. So if those have changed, you can update it. But this is really what you're going to pay attention to, is you'd be looking at that per month. Now, if we close and fund you in February. You skip March for both mortgages, your current mortgage and your previous mortgage, and the new mortgage, current mortgage and new mortgage, and make your first payment April 1st. And then here's an estimate, a breakdown of the funds needed to close. I'd have you bring in about $3,800, $3,900 to the closing table at this point. If you wanted to roll that into the loan, we could. Again, very preliminary estimates here. Just understand really what we would do is once the appraisal came back, that's when we would nail down everything as far as what is our loan amount going to be. These are more just to give you an idea of the cost associated with it. And then we see our breakdown. So Matt, you gave a $275,000 construction. So what I've done is I've done a $250,000 renovation contract, and then we build in a 10% buffer there. So that puts us at that 275. So that's why you see it's set up like this. Maximum mortgage worksheet. What we're really paying attention to here is that C box. It kind of breaks down, okay, you know, here's our labor, our materials, here's our 10% reserves, here are our inspections and draw fees, and just that we're meeting, you know, we have to, the costs have to be under this amount. And so we're obviously far enough below that. FW2 is going to look exactly the same, except we go with the higher rate, lower cost. Again, this is something we could revisit once we have that appraisal in and we're kind of nailing down. Once I lock you in for a day and a product, so that would be a 30-year fixed, for instance, on the 4th of January, we can move between the two rates that are available to you after we have that appraised value. In this one, I actually have you receiving money back just to kind of show the closing costs. You can pay some part or all of those out of pocket. All right, Matt and Lauren, I hope you found this helpful. I'm glad. It looks like doing some more exploring is going to benefit you guys in the long run. So take some time to review this and then give me a shout if you'd like to chat. All right, bye-bye.